गुरुर्ब्रह्मा
Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome to our channel Team Ayurveda. And if you are new to this, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'm here with the topic Yoga. So let's talk about Yoga. You all might be familiar with the term Yoga but not known the actual fact about Yoga. Yoga is a Sanskrit word which comes from the verb root yuj, which means to link or to connect. And when we talk about connection, an obvious question arises: to connect what with what? कनेक्सन भन्न बित्तिकै सबैको दिमागमा आउँछ कि त्यहाँ केही जोड्नुपर्ने छ। त्यो जोड्नुपर्ने दुईटा कुरा चाहिन्छ. So the ancient Bhagavad Gita text implies that two different entities are the universal consciousness and the individual consciousness. And many theists also consider this universal consciousness as God. And individual consciousness or energy is a manifestation of the spirit inside our body, which is also the part of the Supreme. So, सिम्पल ल्याङ्ग्वेजमा भन्नुपर्दा योगा भनेको हाम्रो आत्मालाई परमात्मासँग जोड्ने एउटा माध्यम हो. महर्षि पतञ्जलिले भन्नुभएको छ, योगत चित्त वृत्ति निरोधन तदा दृष्टि स्वरूप अवस्थानम. अर्थात् हाम्रो मनको तरङ्गहरूलाई हाम्रो माइन्ड कन्ट्रोल गरेर हाम्रो सेल्फसँग जोड्नु नै योगा हो. कतिको फल्स बिलिभ पनि हुन्छ कि योगा भनेको ध्यानमा बसेर भगवानमै विलीन हुनु, तर त्यो चाहिँ होइन. योगा इज अ डिभाइन युनियन विथ सुप्रिम डजन्ट मिन वी मर्ज विथ हिम एन्ड बिकम वान विथ हिम. Bhagavad Gita also explains we do become one but in quality, not in quantity. The oneness is spiritual, not physical. For example, the perfect realization of sugar is not becoming sugar, rather tasting its sweetness. Similarly, the perfect divine union with Supreme means that we do not lose our individuality, but we do become united with Supreme in a deep, eternal, sweet, personal, loving relationship and taste the nectar of its melody. There are various paths of yoga that lead towards the ultimate goal of union, each a specialized branch of a comprehensive system. The main four being are Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action; Bhakti Yoga, the path of self-surrender, that is devotion; Raja Yoga, the path of self-discipline; Jnana Yoga, the path of self-awareness or the path of knowledge. When we talk about Raja Yoga, it is the royal or highest path of yoga formalized by the sage Patanjali. It is a comprehensive method for controlling the waves of thought by turning our mental and physical energy into spiritual energy. The chief practice is self-discipline, including Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga and meditation. Ashtanga Yoga, Ashta means 8, Anga means limb, is the path of enlightenment that offers guidelines for a peaceful, meaningful, purposeful life. The first four stages of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga, that is Yamas, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, concentrate on refining our personalities, gaining mastery over the body, and developing an energetic awareness of ourselves. They are preparation for the next four limbs. The second half of the journey deals with the senses, the mind, and attaining a higher state of consciousness. Which of these yoga systems are the highest and most beneficial? According to Bhagavad Gita itself, Bhakti Yoga is the topmost of all. Bhakti means love or loving service unto the Supreme. Bhakti Yoga is also the perfection of Karma Yoga. Each yoga system is like a step in the ladder to self-realization, and the topmost step is Bhakti. So if we do not strive for Bhakti, if we get caught up in the midway in some yoga or other, then we cannot achieve perfection. In chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita, after describing the process of Abhyasa Yoga, Krishna, who represents the Supreme Consciousness, himself declares the supremacy of Bhakti Yoga as, "And of all yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides on me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transactional loving service to me, he is the ultimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion." भागवत गीतामा कृष्ण भगवानले भन्नुभएको छ, सबै योगीजहरूमा जसले म माथि धेरै आस्था राख्दछ, मलाई नै आफै भित्र खोज्दछ, श्रद्धापूर्वक मेरो शरणमा आउँछ, उसलाई नै मसँग घनिष्ठ सम्बन्ध बनाउँछ र सर्वश्रेष्ठ बन्नेछ. The highest yoga and the highest connection. It is said that Jnana Yoga can take one only up to the Brahman realization. Ashtanga Yoga can take one to the Paramatman realization. It is Bhakti Yoga, that is the perfection of Karma Yoga, only take can one to the Bhagwan realization. A Jnana Yogi merges himself with the effulgence to the Supreme. Ashtanga Yogi meditates upon time. However, a Bhakti Yogi can have 5 different kinds of personal loving relationship with the Supreme, namely neutrality, servitude, friendship, parenthood, and conjugal love. Of this, conjugal love is said to be the highest kind of relationship with the Supreme that one can aspire for. As an analogy, consider 3 different ways in which people may relate to the President of our country. Some people see the President's picture in newspaper and magazine, hear him giving a speech in radio and television, but they never have a chance to see him or talk to him face to face. They are like the Jnana Yogis, realizing the Brahman aspect of the Supreme. The members of the parliament sees the President face to face. They can even talk to him, but they need to maintain certain protocols. They are not allowed to peep into President's personal life and are supposed to keep a distance from. They are like Ashtanga Yogis, realizing the Paramatman aspect of the Supreme. On the other hand, when the President comes home, his wife may hug him, his mother may cook a delicious food for him, his kids may ride on his back in a playing mode. Thus, there is a sweet and intimate exchange of love between the President and his family members, who are like the Bhakti Yogi, realizing the Bhagwan aspect of the Supreme. Just as people see the same President differently according to the level of their connection, so do different yogis when they see the same Supreme. The most intimate connection is obviously the personal relationship, where there is love and reciprocation. This very personal and devotional union is achieved only through the process of Bhakti Yoga. The goal of yoga. The goal of yoga is to align to the universal consciousness in order to experience joy, freedom, and the stillness of full consciousness. Enlightenment is related to mind and body and refers to how various parts of us are integrated and interconnected. The world is what you think and believe it to be. What we see in others is what we have inside, like a mirror that is only projecting what is inside. We have the potential, using consciousness, intention, thoughts, and words, to co-create the life we want, to go beyond our limitation and fears, to surrender and open to choose the type of person we want to be, to follow with the divine grace, to see the beauty in and all around us. As a manifestation of the Supreme Divine Consciousness in the material universe, we have the opportunity to awake to our true nature of Satta Chitta Ananda, being consciousness bliss through the main practice of asana, pranayam, meditation and chanting. Asana helps create lightness in the physical body and correct imbalance in the physiological body. Meditation inspires the intellect and engages the mind. Pranayam focuses the mind and regulates the movement of prana, life force energy. Chanting penetrates all the bodies and seats. Koshas illuminates every part of our being, creating transparency so the light of the soul can shine brightly. Yoga asana, the physical postures or exercise that have to be known as yoga, are really only the most superficial aspect of this profound science. Practice of asana. Hatha yoga. Ha means sun and the tha means moon, is an umbrella term for the systems of physical postures that our culture today has come to associate the term yoga. It is a path of bodily discipline whose highest purpose is to purify the body, to give one awareness and control over the internal states, rendering the body mind fit for meditation. The physical practice of yoga is called asana. Physical posture linked with the breath and movement to build internal heat called tapas, which cleanses the internal organs and glands, oxygenating blood and joints and clearing the mind of disconnected through thoughts which can lead to anxiety, stress, anger or depression. हठ योगा मोटरसाइकल सर्भिसिङ गराए जस्तै हो। हठ योगाले शरीर शुद्धि गराउँछ, नसाहरू जोइन्टहरू खुलाउने मद्दत गर्छ। Asana is essential to life force control. It supports the ability to invoke divine energy in preparation for pranayam and meditation by elevating strain, tension, restlessness, laziness and bodily attachment and bestowing bodily control, mental and physical calmness. Through our practice of asana, our aim is to align physical, personal, emotional and spiritual with the natural orders of Supreme Divinity, to come to the reverence, understanding and trust that we are guided by grace that form a supreme. One of the most beautiful and liberating aspects of yoga is that you don't need any fancy equipment or a designated building or field to practice. Yoga is accessible. The practice meets you where you are, as long as you are willing to approach it. Regular practice of yoga improves coordination, reaction time, increases memory, IQ level, reduces food cravings, and also the habit of overeating. Yoga improves cardiovascular health, which reduces the risk of heart disease. योग भनेको जीवन हो, जीवनशैली हो। योगले हामी जतिखेर पनि पञ्चतन्त्रसँग जोडिएको छौँ भन्ने अनुभूति गराउँछ। प्रकृति विकृत गएर कर्म गर्नु नै रोग लाग्नु हो। योगले हामीलाई प्रकृतिलाई बुझ्न मद्दत पुर्याउँछ र हामीले प्रकृतिसँगै आफूलाई ब्यालेन्स गरेर अगाडि बढ्छौँ र आरोग्य जीवन अपनाउँछौँ। I hope this was useful for you all, and I'll be back soon with some of the yoga asanas. Till then, keep watching Team Ayurveda and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.